Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You're in for a treat today because I'm diving into a topic that doesn't get enough attention. One that's close to my heart and definitely worth the spotlight. That's right, today we're talking about an underrated coaster model that deserves way more recognition. It is the B&M Flying model, or just the Flying model as a whole. Now, we've all seen the top coaster rankings, right? There are those rides that always seem to make it on the best coaster lists in the world, but some of those same coasters, even though they rank high, don't get the hype they deserve. Some coasters are not talked about enough, and now that's what we're going to address today. What coaster model do you think is underrated? I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get the conversation going. Okay, now that that's out of the way, roll the intro. Flying coasters are underrated. So here's the thing, I'll admit it up front, I've only ridden one flying coaster in my life, Tatsu, at Six Flags Magic Mountain. But even with that one experience, I feel like I've witnessed a whole new world of coaster possibilities. I've heard that Tatsu is actually one of the best flying coasters in the world. Even then, I can't help but feel like this whole flying coaster model doesn't get nearly the recognition it deserves, especially when we look at some of the intense flying coasters over in Asia. I mean, seriously, have you seen Flying Dinosaur at Universal Studios Japan or Skyripper at Happy Valley? They're just jaw-droppingly good. I'm talking about crazy inversions, stunning layouts, and forces that will leave you gripping the strengths in awe. But let's talk about Flying Dinosaur for a second. Now, that ride stands out for just being an absolute masterpiece. Just look at it. The way it interacts with the park is mind-blowing. It's not just about the ride itself. It's also the way it weaves in and out of the environment. The pacing is relentless. There's never a dull moment, and the sheer scale of the ride makes it look something straight out of an action movie. It's truly one of the better rides out there, and I don't think it gets enough love. Another big topic is theming potential. Now let's talk about something that I feel like is overlooked when it comes to flying coasters, just the theming. Flying coasters have some of the best theming possibilities of any coaster type, no joke. Just imagine this, the sensation of flying through the air. Imagine soaring through an interactive world with immersive theming. Think how much more you can ask for. I think if flying coasters weren't so intimidating to the general public, a company like Disney would have possibly jumped on this concept in a heartbeat. As, what, Vekoma, right? Fly at Phantasialand? Yeah, that right there. Disney would love that thing. But I think it is a little too intense for the public. They could do so much with this kind of ride. Picture flying through a futuristic city or waving through the dense jungle with the incredible visuals all around you. But here's the thing, the flying position, for a lot of people, can feel, well, weird. It can also be a little intimidating too. You're literally flying through the air, hanging below the track. And I get it. Now, not everyone's into that. Maybe that's why we don't see as many flying coasters being built, especially in places like the US. Insane layout potential. But here's where flying coasters really shine, the layouts. These rides have the opportunity to showcase some of the world's most intense and exciting layouts in the coaster world. You've got your crazy pretzel loop, obviously the classic inversion that's a must-have on any good flying coaster, but there's so much more. Well, I guess Fly doesn't have one, but it doesn't need it. These coasters can pull off a ton of forceful, intense elements that other rides can only dream of. It's the pacing that gets me every time, the way these coasters transition seamlessly from inversion to inversion and incorporate airtime moments when they want to. It's just next level. The ride flows like it's telling a story without skipping a beat. I can't get enough of it. There's something about the way they use speed, airtime, and inversions that feel completely unique to other coaster models. And imagine a flying coaster that really pushes the limits. What if we saw something even more jarring, some even more jarring layouts and intense moments? Just think about how good this model could evolve. Crazy. Would you want to see more of them in the US? Here's a good question. Do you want to see them pop up? I know I would. The US has a ton of parks that could totally benefit from a flying coaster. Parks like Kings Island and Busch Gardens Williamsburg, for example, have a history of adding world-class roller coasters that could totally make room for a flyer of any kind. What parks do you think would be the best fit? Let me know in the comments. This was a little bit of a short video, mainly because I've only ridden one flying coaster, but I wanted to get my point out there. This model is extremely underrated. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more coaster content, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.